fitted through them gates a lot more easily before lockdown. Right, I don't need to tell you about the path. Diagonal line up the side of the hill. It's time to get a sweat on. It's always a bit eerie in the mist, Pendle Hill. I talk about it in so many videos. Fascinated by the history and the legend. Well, it's not legend actually, it happened. Of the Pendle Witches and the Pendle Witch trials. And obviously, those of you that know about Most Haunted back in the day, I used to be a big fan. Sadly, Derek Ikora let himself down. Yeah, it's spooky Pendle Hill. There's all the you know, the tales of the Pendle Witches and the haunted farms, Tynedale Farm and Lower Wellhead Farm. And when the mist descends like this and it's just you and on the hill, you always think you can hear the distant sound of cackles and see a silhouette of possibly the witches in the mist. I like to think so anyway. It's a fascinating area and we're going to push onwards towards the summit. There's some very strange sheep noises coming out of this mist. Spooky. It's quite muggy and humid. So the rain stopped, which is good. I'm just debating whether to take this coat off. Right, well that's, you know, it's just a crude shelter. I've got the tent, nice super light tarp. Hopefully the wind will drop down. I've got extra guys, so I'm going to secure this a bit more when I've got the stuff in the tent. And we've got a nice area just to sit here, so if it starts chucking it down we can fit the chair and this little bit. I was going to say and look out at the views, but I'm happy with that. You say I'm not a tarp expert. It's just a case of getting it up and see what happens, and this is okay. I'll get the rest of the stuff in the tent, get the chair out and then sit and start to relax.
I've been running round in circles, chasing my tail and lost my way, seeking shelter in different corners, never finding a place to stay. Somehow ended up here on the ground. Brother, help me up, I've fallen down. I know that I'll hurt the ones that I hold dear, the ones I love. Thought that I would find the answers, drinking till my feet felt numb, just like Father did when I was young.
We're gonna upset the beer haters.
I don't know how I could be so dumb.
Keeps the old batteries warm. Insulated pouch by Valley and Peak. It's a cracking bit of kit, that. Got the big camera, the drone, the Mavic Pro by DJI. I'm going to get that chair set up in a minute. First aid kit, titanium mug, I mean Neoware with the hole in it, which I still haven't got round to fixing or sending back. Whatever, it's not the end of the world. And yeah, we're keeping it simple. A couple of coffees, some rice from the tea with the, look what we found, meal, which is there. And yeah, just a Titan kettle for cooking in, and a titanium mug for drinking out of. My stove's in there as well, and the gas is in the Titan kettle. So that's it. I've tried my best to sort of keep it simple on this one and be as light as I can. You know, for me, like I've said on many videos, I'll never be a lightweight camper per se, but you know, it's obviously a lot lighter than the pack on the Angle Tarp video, so that's welcome. And I've carried my water in again. There's no water source immediately next to me, so it's just a bit easier to carry it in and pay the weight penalty. I'm going to get that chair set up in a minute, get the stuff in the tent, but feeling good, starting to relax a bit more, chill out, de-stress and feel better. Little home from home for the night. It's clearly not as roomy as some of my other tents, but it's lightweight, and you know, it's very lightweight for me. And that's it, you just get a smaller tent. We're back up, well, we're on the big camera now. Thanks for bearing with the dodgy GoPro audio. If there's a lot of wind noise, I don't know till I'm editing it, so apologies if there was. But yeah, we're on the good camera. We've got everything in the tent. We're nice and organised, everything's away. I like to be quite organised when I'm camping. I like to know where everything is, and at all times, just in case I need to pack up in a hurry or something unexpected happens. So yeah, here we are. This tent is a Vango Helium 100. It's the super light version, which is it's a lot thinner and lighter fabric. It's nice and small, nice low profile. It's got pole sleeves, hidden pole sleeves, so you know they're within the fabric and there's nothing to catch the wind. It's a nice sleek design there. There's another little pole in the foot end just to give a little bit of height there, and that's it really. It's not tall enough to sit up in, but I don't mind that. But it's nice and light. I don't know the exact weight, but I'll put the specs below. I've just put a ground sheet down here, my own. I've pegged that out. I've just got to bear in mind that these pegs are sticking up. So yeah, we're all organised, we're all good to go. Got my nice Forest and Fire water bottle there. Cracking company, based in the Peak District. Loads of good stickers and things like that, t-shirts, clothing, so it's nice. So it's pretty bleak. I forgot the tripod, or the you know, the, I can't speak today, I don't know what's wrong with me. I forgot the mount for my camera. What's the flaming thing that you hold? Whatever. Anyway, look at that. Now, just for a touch of luxury, we've got some lovely olives, just to have them with the beers in a bit. And I'm going to put the rain cover on my pack and just leave it there. And this is it. This is our home from home, our little base camp for the evening. The magic of wild camping. So it's pretty bleak up here, and you know, it's just a shame about the views, but that's just how it is, isn't it, sometimes. We don't have to walk too far and we start losing the tent. So, you know, in terms of blending in and not being massively highly visible, well, there you go, you can see for yourself. We've walked about 20 yards, 30 yards, and look, you know, we're very inconspicuous. And that's another thing about wild camping. If you can, just try and blend in. That's why I like the colour of my solo, sand coloured, and it blends in with the fells and the landscape. So there's nothing to do now apart from when I'm hungry, which I'm not actually that hungry. I don't even know if I'm going to have my tea. I can just relax, sit, open a beer, and there we are. A little Elvis juice by Brewdog. One of the lads in work give me these. Good man. Cheers, John. Just going to touch on this as well very briefly. In the last video there were a small minority of very very negative comments just for negativity's sake, really. And done a bit of research, and there's basically trolls on many YouTube channels. And whilst we're always receptive to constructive feedback or constructive criticism, because we've always got something to learn, if there's any comments like some of the ones that we got on the last one, which were just completely ridiculous, frankly, those users are just going to be immediately blocked from MCM Outdoors. We will just stop you from commenting. So you know, if you got something that you wish to feedback, do it in a constructive manner, by all means. But there's some very negative people out there, and frankly, here on this channel we've had enough of negativity in the news, in the media, in life at the moment. So we won't be standing for it, and if you want to do that, well, you can go and do it somewhere else, because you'll be removed from this channel. So there you go. Well, it's getting really spooky now. It's quite cold. I've got all my layers on, and shortly I'm retreating into the tent. It's getting dusk. The lovely comforting glow of the candle lantern on, but yeah, your mind starts going overboard, start thinking about the Pendle Witches. So there's not much of this left. Finish this, clean my teeth, and get into the warmth of the shelter.
Oh, morning folks. That is a good sign. Let's see what happens. Yes. That's better. Oh, much better. We'll wake up, have a coffee, and we'll be able to fly the drone. So it wasn't too bad in the night. It got very windy, and these poles, they just fell out from underneath, which is fine because they're not held on by anything. So the tarp, but it just meant it didn't collect any water, so it wasn't exactly a bad thing. But these are the views today. That's looking over towards Preston, Parlick Fell, Longridge, where we were last time. Sweeping all the way around. That's the summit of Pendle Hill. There's a guy there already taking some photos. And this is our little camp where we spent the night. I'm going to get a brew on shortly, get packed away, and head back down.
Well, good morning everyone. I hope you liked that drone footage. Some spectacular views just with the low cloud there on the far side of the hill. Yeah, it wasn't a bad night's sleep. Mental note to self, you know, you're learning all the time. It was very noisy with this tarp above. Just the way I've got it configured, it's not the most taut, so it was quite flappy throughout the night. But yeah, we're learning all the time, and it wasn't the end of the world. It just woke me up a couple of times. I'm going to get a coffee on, have that breakfast bar, quick and simple, and then I'll be taking everything down and making sure that the site here is exactly how it was before I came. Okay folks, that's what I was talking about with regard to leaving no trace. As you've just seen there's absolutely no sign whatsoever that I've been here. It is what it says on the tin. Other than the flattened grass here, there's nothing whatsoever which suggests that I've been here. Okay, this is what wild camping is, and this is what leaving no trace is. It's not rocket science. You leave it the way the site was before you got here, and that's it. So if you've enjoyed this video, I always ask, would you just make the small gesture of giving it a thumbs up? It helps me out, and best of all, it's absolutely free of charge, so I would appreciate that. I've had a great wild camp here on top of Pendle Hill. It's been nice and relaxing, and we've had a nice morning in terms of the weather, although it's clouding up a little bit now. If you like MCM Outdoors, we've got a feed on Instagram, so head over to there and throw me a follow if you'd like to. And also on Facebook, there's a closed group, so if anyone's thinking of getting started in wild camping or wants any tips about the great outdoors and getting out and enjoying it, just come over and join that group. I'll let you in, and it's a friendly and welcoming environment where you can ask questions and get various tips and advice. And if you haven't already subscribed to MCM Outdoors, hit that subscribe button now, and there'll be plenty more of this to come, and there's a massive back catalogue already. I'm going to get back down to the car, get warm, get home, have a nice coffee, a nice shower, dry off all my gear, and start editing the video. I will see you on the next adventure. I can't wait to get back out. Thanks very much for watching. Go and enjoy the great outdoors yourself, responsibly. See you on the next one.